Life is often navigated through a minefield of social interactions, some pleasant, others awkward, and some downright perplexing. Amongst the latter lies the backhanded compliment, a seemingly innocuous statement laced with a subtle, often unintended barb. It's the verbal equivalent of a Trojan horse, appearing as a gift, but carrying a hidden sting. Dealing with these veiled criticisms requires a nuanced understanding of their nature and a toolkit of effective responses. A backhanded compliment operates by appearing to praise while simultaneously delivering an insult. It might start with a positive phrase, but quickly pivot to highlight a perceived flaw or inadequacy. Examples abound. That dress looks great on you. You've really lost weight. Subtly implies that you need to lose weight in the first place. Or you're so articulate for someone so young. Patronizes while seemingly acknowledging your speaking skills. The insidious nature of these remarks lies in their ambiguity, leaving the recipient to grapple with the underlying negative message. The impact of backhanded compliments can be significant. They erode confidence by planting seeds of doubt about one's abilities or appearance. They can create awkwardness in social situations, forcing the recipient to decipher the speaker's true intentions as well as navigate a response that avoids escalating the situation. Over time, repeated exposure to such remarks can contribute to feelings of insecurity and even resentment towards the person delivering them. So, how does one effectively deal with these sugar coated insults? The first step is recognizing them for what they are, developing an awareness of the common patterns as well as structures of backhanded compliments, which can help you identify them more readily. Pay attention not just to the words spoken, but also to the tone and the context. Often, the non-verbal cues can betray the speaker's true intent. Once identified, there are several strategies to employ. One approach is to politely seek clarification. Asking, "What do you mean by that?" can put the onus back on the speaker to elaborate on their seemingly complimentary statement. This often forces them to confront the negative implication of their words, potentially leading to a moment of self awareness. Another tactic is to simply acknowledge the compliment without engaging with the backhanded part. For instance, if someone says, "You handled that presentation surprisingly well," you could simply respond with, "Thank you. I worked hard on it." This deflects the negative implication without creating unnecessary conflict. In some instances, humor can be an effective way to diffuse the situation. A light-hearted, slightly sarcastic remark can highlight the absurdity of the backhanded compliment without being aggressive. For example, to the articulate for someone so young comment, a playful response could be, "Yes, I have been practicing my speeches since kindergarten." That could be a response. However, there are times when a more direct approach is necessary. If the backhanded compliments are frequent or particularly hurtful, it might be beneficial to have a private conversation with the person. Expressing how their remarks make you feel using I statements can be more effective than accusatory language. Explain that while you appreciate the intended compliment, the added caveat feels undermining. I remember a time when I was particularly proud of finishing a complex project at work. I had poured countless hours into it, and the results were well received. A colleague, known for his subtle jabs, approached me and said, "Wow, this is exactly or actually really good. I honestly didn't think you had it in you." My initial reaction was a flash of pride, quickly followed by a wave of disappointment. His compliment was overshadowed by the clear implication that he held low expectations of my abilities. In that moment, I chose the clarification route. I simply asked with a neutral tone, "What exactly didn't you think I had in me?" He stammered for a moment, clearly caught off guard, and then mumbled. This was mumbling something about being surprised by the level of detail. While it didn't completely erase the sting, it did make him aware that his backhanded remark hadn't gone unnoticed. And I noticed a slight shift in his subsequent interactions with me. Ultimately, dealing with backhanded compliments requires a combination of awareness, assertiveness, and emotional intelligence. Recognizing the underlying negativity, choosing an appropriate response, and understanding that sometimes the issue lies more with the speaker's insecurities than with you are crucial steps in navigating these tricky social encounters. While we can't control what others say, we can certainly control how we react and ensure that these veiled insults don't dim our own shine. Thank you very much for your time.